because I would like to invite you to take part of this hands-on workshop right now that is designed to help companies better understand and analyze market opportunities in the region. So this session is titled Market Analysis with Integra, and it will showcase how to use this free tool that was developed by the IDB to generate custom trade and investment insights. So leading this workshop is Jessica De Angelis. She's a consultant at the private sector, synergies and trade unit at the IDB. So Jessica, thank you so much for being here with us today. And the floor is yours.
Thank you, Luciano. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, thank you very much for this invitation. So, well, in this case, I would like to introduce to Integra. Integra is our IDB platform that we built to make available all data regarding internationalization data. The main statistics of the movement of goods, services, and also regulations regarding goods and services, and also regarding investments, direct investment, particularly in our region. Our focus is in our region, Latin American and Caribbean countries, so we share the main indicators of these countries. We firstly identified three main challenges regarding this kind of data. So we began working on this platform that I will show you in just a couple of minutes. One of these challenges is that the data, internationalization data, is scattered through different platforms. So if you would like to know indicators about goods or about tariffs or about trade agreements and so on, you have to search among different platforms or databases. So we make an effort to offer people freely a one single repository of data. As users, we identified several data, and we have a close relation with data providers, and even we are data generators. So we provide and we generate this data platform. The second challenge is that frequently these statistics are sometimes difficult to understand, to navigate, and platforms are frequently complex to get the data. So we make a huge effort to have a very user-centered design. So we test all the time every visualization and data set we provide to the public. We test them with real users, and we are also in the bank real users. And the last challenge we identified is that there's a demand for quality and up-to-date data about Latin America and the Caribbean, and granular and very detailed data. So we also make an effort to have some quality controls, like are harmonized to all the data and all the data providers. So we build our data platform thinking about these main challenges. So we create this platform thinking about this challenge as a one single repository of data with a user-centered design, and also with standardized data quality controls. So let me begin with my demo. Let me share my screen first. So I think you are already seeing the platform.
Yes.
So just 1 minute. So let me go back. We have a platform available in with different kind of searches. As you can see, you can search our indicators through the content menu or a Google type search. And as you can see, and as I mentioned before, we have indicators regarding trading goods, trading services, different visualizations, movement of capital, direct investments, regulations regarding that kind of flows, some indicators that combine different data points, and some other resources such as metadata, glossary, and so on. And you can also download datasets to perform your own analysis and make your own charts or tables and so on. For instance, here I'm downloading trading goods for Argentina in 2024. So let's make a case or just one demo about one case we can research. Let's see the trading services, particularly categories of services exported by one country. In this session, I will focus on Argentina. So here I can see the main exporters of services internationally. Let me see only Latin American exporters. Here I have Mexico, Brazil, Panama, and in the fourth place, Argentina. Argentina exports lots of services. One of the main categories is other services other than travel and transport services, and mainly other business services, as you can see in this visualization. If you zoom in this category, you could see that professional and management consulting services are really important services exported by our economy. You can also search imports and other years. So continue focuses on services. Let's see what about the evolution of exports and imports. As you can see, you have charts, tables, and you have other different type of categories of services exported. Here you have, for instance, other business services. As you can see, there's a trade surplus in this category of services. You have exports, imports, and the trade balance over time. As you can see, during the pandemic, there was a downward trend of the exports and imports of services, as you probably are known about this thing. We can also research about trading goods of Argentina. For instance, what about the last year? What happened with the performance of exports from Argentina? Here you have in green countries that we exported more than the previous year, and in purple, the countries we performed negatively in our exports. So as you can see, during 2024, you showed a positive trend in lots of countries. You can see, for instance, Canada, United States, a good performance to Chile, to some African countries, and a lot of relevant partners. Maybe you want to deep dive in this kind of data so you can analyze the evolution of exports, maybe the last month's export, to see the very short-term performance. So you can select the year of the year you are interested in your research. I selected 2024 and 2025. You know that the statistics become available 2 or 3 months with a 2 or 3 months lag. I can select a partner, for instance, Chile, and I can see the evolution of exports and imports through the last years, and mainly the trade balance. As I can see here, Argentina had a trade balance, a positive trade balance during the last year and a few months from 2025. Let's see some other figures about this relation. I mean, the relation between Argentina and Chile, for instance, as a case of example. I can see the investment relationship, direct investment relationship. So I select here Argentina, and I can see the importance of Chile, for instance, as a partner of the inflows of FDI In Argentina, I select the latest available year with closed information. So here I can see United States, Brazil, and Spain are the most important partners. But if I only keep Latin America and the Caribbean countries, I see that Chile is the third investor in Argentina. Also, if I search by stocks of direct investment, I see the same picture. Chile is a very important investor in Argentina. So I can see this information annually or quarterly, and I can download this information to perform my own charts. Let's go through this bilateral relation between Chile and Argentina, and let's explore the exports or the export partners between both countries. So here we can select Argentina as a reported of trade data. Let's select the imports. And as I can see, the main imports are machinery and chemicals and some manufactured goods. So let's select as a partner Chile. And as I can see, some copper and other manufacturers, and the main imports from for Argentina from Chile in 2024. And as I can select different classifiers. Let's go to food and animals. I can see salmon, avocados, berries, and so on, the main imports for Argentina from Chile. Let's see the trade balance between both countries. As you can see here, you can go through the story along the time about the trade balance between both countries. So as you can see here, mineral products, fuels and lubricants, and food and live animals are two sectors with trade surplus for Argentina with Chile. This is the particular relation. You can explore exports, imports, download this data, as I mentioned before, or go another step and research a more granular story about this trade pattern. Here you have the trade pattern, the main products exported by Argentina in 2024. There are some confidential products, as you can see, as undefined. And on the right side of the chart, you can see the main destinations. So as you can see, the share of different countries. Now I select a product just to see which is the main exporter or importer, and I select now the main destination, Chile, the selected destination, Chile, to assess the trade pattern. As you can see, you can explore this trade pattern selecting a specific product. For instance, I chose some kind of products, the ones from Chapter 4 of a harmonized system of product codification. That's the more detailed level of codification regarding trade. So I can, for instance, select some products to build a basket and research specifically about this group of products. So as you can see here, I selected dairy products, which includes milk, honey, cheese, and so on. So you can see the share of each product in the total basket of the chapter 04, that's dairy products. Even you can analyze the share of each product in a specific relationship with, for instance, Chile. So let me choose all the products. That's the last product. So in the left side, you will see the share of each product in the basket I chose. And in the right side, you will see the main destinations of these exports, of the export of this basket. The main destination is Brazil. Chile is in the 4th place after Algeria and United States. So let me keep this selection, Chile, and I will see the main products are these codes, dairy products, milk, and if we choose all the basket, all the partners, for instance, let me choose Brazil, I will see that the shares are have some different products in the basket. Algeria, the main product here is milk and cream. United States, here you have honey. And in the case of Russia, you have dairy products, some confidential products. For instance, China, you have whey, and so on. So you can focus on your specific product. Even you can search for product items, like the maximum level of detail, the product you want to research. So let's go to regulation and let's see, or let's study some market access topics. For instance, you have the preferences you have, or the tariffs you have to pay in a specific market. For instance, in this case, I chose Chile, and I will choose here our product of interesting, that is milk and cheese. As you can see here, the main code exported to Chile is this code. So this other cheese, Argentina has to pay 0 tariff to export to Chile these products. As you can see, the MFN, the tariffs other countries pay to export to Chile are really low in this kind of product, but Argentina pay only 0%, has no tariff to export to this market. So that's an analysis, a possibility that I would like to share with you, but think about other products, other partners, and other topics you want to research, and you can explore our data platform to make or perform different analyses. I will stop just one couple of minutes here to share with you our user experience effort and all the tests we perform before launching the platform. We offer like a short interpretation of each visualization. We know that this data, sometimes for people that is not always researching this kind of data, the first interpretation takes some minutes or even more to understand what a chart is showing. So we make an effort to make a first interpretation of each visualization, as you see before in the demo, to share with you a first insight about what you're seeing. So then you can explore different visualization and make different cases and understand which is the main product exported, which is the main product imported, assess different basket of goods, understand different regulations regarding goods, regarding services, research about the different kind of indicators combining the previous shared variables and so on. So I will stop here and I will leave the floor to question if there's some, or I leave the floor to Luciano.
Thank you, Jessica. That was really impressive, easy. There are some comments like just saying that this is impressive, like all the work that the IDB has done with this app in terms of data integration. It's impressive and really useful. So I didn't want to skip that comment as well, because you were integral part of that huge effort. And there are actually some questions. And here we are exploring opportunities in the industrial packaging sector, for instance. Can Integra help us identify provinces or cities specifically in Argentina with the most demand?
We don't have until now, I mean, our platform is growing. We are all the time exploring new indicators. Our focus is on Latin America and the Caribbean countries. I mean, subnational information is really scarce for Latin American countries and for all the world. So we don't have like trade data by province. We know that there are some sources of information. We make an effort. I mean, it's not available for Argentina because it's not available in our source of information, but we offer detailed data about trade for custom at the level of customs. That's the subnational. I know that's not subnational info because you can identify the province and a custom one on one. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's a proxy we use, and it's a proxy we can have to have comparable information through all these countries. But we know that subnational information is really important, but we don't have this detailed data until now. I mean, probably if this data began being available, we are going to make an effort to include, because we know that there's a demand for subnational data.
Absolutely. And here another question is asking, we often need to justify market entry to our headquarters. Can the platform export visualizations or reports that are client ready?
You can share the visualizations we have. I mean, like we think about our visualizations just to consume by screenshots or to download information and perform your own visualizations. And we also have like country profiles that gather together the main data points that we have in the platform. But you can include visualization in your reports just by like a screenshots, because we know that the quality is quite better, like a PDF or other format. But you can also download not all the information, and I make an effort of hours making graphs and so on, cleaning information. We offered raw data and also the data you are seeing in the charts. So you can use the information like with all the filters you used, and and with all the selections you did. But you also can use the screenshots.
Perfect. And here Janine is asking, how often is the information on Integra being updated?
Every day. I mean, every day the data is available. We began ingesting data. I mean, all the time. We have like 35 different data sets, and all the time data becomes available. We began ingesting. We have just a very complex procedures to ingest data. So all the time, I mean, sometimes the data is updated on a daily basis. For instance, trade data is updated on a daily basis because countries all the time are changing the figures because there were some mistakes in the customs or some mistakes in the different reporters and so on. So there are modifications every time. Other information becomes available not so frequent. For instance, investment is not so frequent. Services data is not so frequent. For instance, trade agreements, we are constantly researching new trade agreements. If a trade agreement is signed or becomes enforced, we update at this moment the database. So all the time.
Perfect. And just one question that it's actually two questions in one. How can I access it and how much does it cost? I just drop in the chat to help you answer that one. I just drop in the chat the link to get into the platform so you can see it there. And how much does it cost?
No, it's free for all the users. I mean, you can access to every data set. You can download. You can dive all the information. It's for the public in general. It's totally free.
Perfect. Thank you. With that, we are wrapping up your session. Jessica, thank you so much for explaining us the use and navigate with us the platform. It was really interesting and hopefully everyone can make use of it. So I would like to thank you again for this.
Thank you for having me. Thank you all.
And now to wrap up this training series, we are moving into our final session. Let me quickly again share my